and even faster than a Boeing 747. It's a hyperloop, magnetic pods levitating inside a tube at more than 1,000 kilometers per hour. In theory, you could go from LA to San Francisco in just 45 minutes, with tickets less than $100 one way. This technology could make working and living in two different cities a norm, while also creating a world with less congestion and pollution.
Yes!
And with a successful human test ride in November 2020, we could be less than 10 years away from it becoming reality. The concept of the Hyperloop became widely popular in 2013 thanks to Elon Musk's 58-page Hyperloop Alpha paper that outlined the design, cost, and safety of the concept. But the technology to bring it all together commercially was only recently fine-tuned, namely magnetic levitation, or maglev. Maglev is basically what allows a Hyperloop to go incredibly fast, thanks to the lack of friction between the passenger-carrying pods and the tube-shaped track. The general concept is simple. Magnets lining the bottom of the pod repel the tube material, levitating the pod as it runs to existing maglev trains. The Hyperloop concept removes a key element that holds a lot of trains and planes back. Supersonic, though. First, the companies have to prove the tech is safe, which is why this scene is so important.
Yes! Yes! That was so good! That was...
In November 2020, Josh and Sarah from Virgin Hyperloop became the first people to ever ride a Hyperloop. The two-seat prototype Hyperloop traveled 500 meters, reaching 172 kilometers. The loop will be much bigger, too, holding 28 or more passengers, with the ability to move 30,000 passengers an hour. But to get to this point, there will be more testing involved for both companies. Hyperloop TT is currently in the works to build and test a full-sized project in Abu Dhabi. Its first potential U.S. project will run from Chicago to Cleveland. Virgin Hyperloop will be building its new certification testing facility in West Virginia in 2022, including a 9,600-meter track to be used for testing and establishing regulatory and safety guidelines in Dubai, India, and more, with stateside plans for the Midwest, North Carolina, and Texas. But both of these U.S. projects won't be complete until around 2030, which might sound like a long time, but airplanes took about 16 years to really get up and running, and the first high-speed rail in Japan took at least a decade of development. So some 15 years for a Hyperloop doesn't seem that far off.